Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube. Redbeard's DIY here. I've got a time lapse of most of this. A lot of it deleted itself, but this will be the kennels part 3. We have all the slats run to run our boards, put up our walls and everything. We have all of our electrical boxes run, all of our wire run. I just have to tape a few things off, organize some stuff, and everything's wrecked right now. And I have to put another piece of wood all the way around the bottom. But we've been getting rain in here, and so my wife, she's been caulking around the bottom of the building. So what we're doing is doing that on the inside, doing it on the outside, and then when I put a 2x4 down on the ground, I'll be doing the same thing there. We got this mini split in. We was gonna put just a tankless water heater, but they didn't. I don't think it's gonna work. It pulls 75 amps, and there's only 100 amps running this whole building, so I think it'll be too much when it comes to everything else. We got our recessed lighting. It's hanging down. It looks weird, but once we get the paneling or whatever up that we're going to do, it will. I have to drill some 6-inch holes in the ceiling, and they'll just pop right in. Outside, we've got the 2 big ceiling fans up, and we've got all of our waterproof lighting. These are indoor-outdoor fans, and everything's moved around. All the kennels are smashed up in the corners. There's no dogs in none of these anyways. But that's where we're at. I gotta finish, like I said, zip tying some of this stuff, hanging that wire right there because it just don't look good. We got gutters up. My cousin, he came over and done a good job. They helped a lot with the water getting in the building, but it still didn't fix the problem. So, but it's none of his fault. It's just when they make you build these buildings now, they make you pour the pad 4 inches bigger each way than the building is. And the reason for that is when they screw through the concrete, a lot of times they would bust the edge of the concrete off. But in doing that, they created more problems in the fact that when rain hits the side of the building, it goes down, hits the concrete, and where's it going? Under your building. Not unless you have your, a crown in the middle of your building or anything like that. But, you can do that, but it's just harder to do. Usually when you go to the edge of your building, you go straight down to the ground with your metal, and you never have that problem. That's the way most pole barns and stuff like that are built. We got 2 small window units in here right now. It's keeping it pretty cool because this thing was, the first few days I worked in here, it was like a sauna. I tried to have the doors open, fans blowing. It about killed me. So I had these old air conditioning units. My shop is right over there, 20 foot, 15 foot. We just run these drop cords in here, and that's what I've been running them off of, and my saw and everything else. Here's a look at the panel box. We have a breaker for the fans, indoors and outdoor fans. Just one 15 amp breaker for it. 15 amp breaker for the indoor lights. 15 amp breaker for a set of receptacles. Another 15 amp breaker for the outdoor lights, and a 20 amp breaker for these right here. They're going to be plug-ins all the way around. I put a heavier gauge wire on there to run the heat lamps when we have the puppies in here, because heat lamps pull a lot of juice too. But the 30 amp, that is for my hot water heater that's going over there. And then the 15 amp, this black wire, is for the air conditioning unit. I just drilled a hole, silicone dent, shoot it through the wall later. I just don't want to do it now because the dogs will be like, ooh, tug of war, and start dragging that thing around the yard, because that's exactly what happened to my power wire when it was out of the ground. They started playing tug of war with it. So luckily I had enough to still connect in the building, and it wasn't, you know, chewed all up. This was all in the ground out there from the old Whelping building. So I got to reuse it. So I saved, you know, $200-300 there, and a lot of digging. But in the center here, there will be one of them big fans that was outside. And on the walls, our plan is to use paneling up to 8 foot, which is right there. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the gable ends, but for the roof or the ceiling, we're looking at this, I guess I call it, it ain't really shiplap, it's pine board, 6 inches wide, 1 inch thick, tongue and groove. Got a little design on the front of it. I know a guy's got a few pallets of them, but one pallet will do this ceiling, and so that's what I think we're going to go with there. And then on these ends right here, I left them there when we was building it because they help hold the structure of the building. But with adding all these, 2x4s in here, I really don't think you need them. But what I'm gonna do is when I put my paneling up here, I'm just gonna go to each side and cut that back out, but I'm gonna make a column come out the wall with some of that pine board. I think it'll look pretty. But that's where we're at, guys. Sorry I ain't had no video on this in a while. I've been working on this, and then my other business, doing tractor works, kind of not really took off, but been busy with it. And then plus I've been trying to spend time with my family. So that's that. Questions, comments, concerns, let me know.